What's up, guys? We're out here today. I'm going to do a video for you of a kind of a torture test or gauntlet style test that Tim at the Military Arms channel came up with. I've seen him do handguns, and I haven't seen a rifle done this way yet. Maybe I just haven't seen the videos or whatever, but I haven't seen anybody do a full gauntlet style test. I've seen him put them in a wheelbarrow and dump mud on them, stuff like that. But I haven't seen it actually go through a gauntlet style like he does. So what we're going to do today, the rifle I brought out to do this test is a Colt, started life as a Colt 6920, complete lower, and then a complete 6921 factory Colt upper. This happens to be the SOCOM barreled upper, and it's 14.5 inch pinned and welded muzzle device there. It's a Knight's armament muzzle device, Knight's rail, ACOG TA31, which I believe is still the current issued optic in the military. Streamlight ProTac the 2. This is I believe it's the 750 lumen model. And what we're going to do is we're going to dunk this thing in. We're going to use quality ammunition. I went with the Colt because arguably Colt's the gold standard. This one was made in the heyday of about 2008 when they still had the military contracts and was still building, you know, an exceptional rifle. Not saying this is the end-all be-all rifle, but it is the gold standard that everything else is measured by. So if I would have done this test with a Palmetto State Armory and it failed, that would be wise because it was an off-brand or it wasn't XYZ. So I figured I'd just go with the Colt. At that point, I'm not saying there isn't maybe rifles as good, like BCM down the fence. There's a lot of good rifles out there, but you can't argue with at least the standard they build these to. So this will be the rifle. Ammunition that's going to be used today is Federal M855 ball. Went with that because it's quality ammunition. I've shot a lot of it. It's good stuff, so it should eliminate any ammunition failures. The magazines are all going to be Magpul M2s or Gen 2 magazines. These have had a lot of rounds to them. These are my training mags, so I know they work. So I've tried to eliminate most of the variables as far as equipment failure, and then we'll get to the test and we'll see how it actually does in those elements. The one thing I will do when we get to the mud is I am going to tape this muzzle device so I just don't get debris down in the barrel, not for the sake of helping the test, but just for the sake of not blowing myself up. So if you look over here, this is how we set it up. I'm going to do it a little differently than Tim does. He does the water first. And my theory is, if you're trying to test dry elements, it should be a dry gun going in, because you're going to test mud. So it's going to be sand first. We're going to dunk it in there both sides. Pull it out. We're going to fire about 15 rounds. Makes past that, we're going to go into the dirt. Do the same thing. This is playground sand, standard from Home Depot right out of the bag. I don't know what granule size or whatever just was marked playground sand. This is dirt right out of the field here. It's not filtered. It's not sifted. There's debris and sticks and everything else in there. Then we'll go to water, because like I said, I wanted to do dry. Then we'll get it wet, water, and then we're going to go to mud, which this mud is same dirt right out of the field here, mixed with some water, and it's some nasty, soupy, messy stuff. And we're going to do the test with optic on. We're going to see if we get any kind of water intrusion or anything like that in the ACOG, which I don't believe we will, but I haven't seen the test, like I said, with the rifle, much less, you know, with optic attached. So we should have some decent results here. Like I said, I apologize for the cinematography here. It's just us on a cell phone. It's not high quality like some of these channels have. But I hope the end result is the data is the same. Like I said, it may not be as cool to watch with all the fancy edits and all that stuff. It's just a one-take type deal. But hopefully we can get the point across of what this rifle is going to do. So we're going to go ahead and start here. Put my ears on. We're going to start with an empty chamber. Dust cover closed. And we're going to insert one Magpul magazine, nice and seated, safety's on, and we're going to put it in there. We're going to cover it, sand, flip it over, cover it with sand, pull it out, give it a shake, chamber around, and we're going to see what happens here. Okay, slide lock back, or bolt lock back to the rear. That magazine was good. So that was sand. Turn the safety out. I'm going to close the bolt again. Close the dust door. We're going to go to magazine 2. Same thing. 855. Good and seated. Nasty dirt here. We'll push it down. Pack it around. Flip it over. Oop. Same thing. Push it down, give it a shake, rack around, locked back, fed all 15 rounds. I guess I should stick one of these in my pocket. And we're going to go to water, which don't see a problem unless they got some, oops, let's close that bolt first. Unless it just kind of gets something in the inner windings of that thing, the dirt that's already on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop it down. We're going to let all the bubbles stop. And when I pull it out, I'm not going to Rambo it and pull it right out and start blasting away on it. I'm going to let that barrel clear so I don't have an obstruction with water and get a banana-sized barrel there. Magazines, there you go. Still some bubbles. Okay, looks like all the bubbles have stopped. I'm going to pull it out. Rack around, make sure that water's out of the barrel. No obstruction. Still some through the air. And we did good there. Bolt lock to the rear. Fired all 15 rounds. We're going to close this. Safety on. And this is where it's going to get messy. This is some nasty stuff here. So, made it fine through those. But if we're going to get a failure, this is where it's going to be, it looks like. So, put it down in there. Chunk it away. You know what, and I did forget to tape the muzzle, but just kind of tap it. Just make sure you don't want this thing to blow up. Didn't go all the way in the battery that time. Won't go in the battery. That time it did. This thing is filthy. Okay, looks like it might have went in. Here we go. This time we got a malfunction. That was a failure to feed. It didn't go all the way in. That's not all the way in the battery. So what it did, it didn't get all the way into the feed ramp. Let's see if we can kind of give it a little bit of assistance here. That went in. See what that was. Okay. That was an empty chamber, so it's like the bolt didn't go all the way to the rear. Pick that next round up. Same thing. That was a same thing. Failure to feed. It was kind of at a 45. It didn't shove that thing in, so it's not getting the velocity back fast enough and get enough inertia forward, looks like. Let's see what else we could do here. Looks like it was cleaning itself out there. Well, it kind of cleaned itself out. It didn't lock the bolt to the rear on the last round, but it looks like it's starting to clean out. So let's throw out one more magazine with some rounds in it. I'm just going to give it a dunk in the water. Actually, I'm going to close the bolt here. Close the bolt. See if we get this thing. Looks like there's something in that detent. Man, this stuff is filthy. Got to close there. We're just going to dunk it. See if we can save it here, if it'll clean itself out. Ooh, I was wanting to double feed. Something's in there. That closed. Let's see if we can shoot it out. That was Failure to extract. Failure to extract that empty round. Like I said, it's probably got so much gook and junk built up in this return spring, recoil spring assembly. So what it's doing now, it's firing and ejecting the round. It's just not coming far enough back to pick up the next round. So that time, it started to pick up the round, but it didn't get into the chamber. Same thing there. Empty chamber, ejected but empty chamber. So it's starting to clean itself out. It looks like it didn't lock the bolt to the rear there. The ACOG, you can see through it. You could even see through it actually after the mud passed enough to at least hit that tree 10 yards from here. Get his glasses off. But anyways, guys, that's the test. It did exceptionally well, obviously, for the first 3 buckets. The mud did have a problem with that. It did shoot here and there, but what I'm thinking is it just got something. It's got buildup in the recoil spring, or something's dragging real heavy on the bolt carrier inside the action. But it was just basically slowing that action down. It was leaving, either ejecting empty, not getting far enough back to pick up the next round, or it was starting to, but it would miss the case rim and kind of push it forward, and it would be at an angle. So it worked okay through the first 3 elements, but the mud was definitely a showstopper for this thing. So let me know what you guys think. As far as the test goes, you want to see anything different, think about doing an AK maybe. Only thing is I'm not sure if my AK will fit in those buckets or not. I have one that folds. Maybe I'll look at doing that one. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. AR worked okay. It's what we expected. Like I said, the mud I knew was going to be a tough issue for this thing, and it looks like it was. But sand and dirt, water, no problem. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.